Yes, my dear. In the previous class, we have been continuously learning about the nitrogen substances. In that, we have been gone through the blood urea and the creatinine, as well as we have been seeing the renal function test too. In the today's class, we will be discussing about the nucleic acids and the nucleotides. Nucleic acids and the nucleotides. A new chapter, a new thing. Nucleic acid and nucleotides. If we are going to talking about the nucleic acid, the most commonly known nucleic acid, that is the DNA and the RNA. DNA and RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic. DNA stand for the deoxyribonucleic acid. And the ribose stand for the RNA stand for the ribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. So the major differences between the DNA and RNA sugar, deoxyribose nucleic acid. We are talking about the ribose over there, then we must be talking about the 5 sugar. Isn't it? Ribose is a 5 carbon sugar, whereas the glucose is a 6 carbon sugar. So here the sugar which is using in the formation of the DNA and the RNA is the ribose type of sugar. So that's the reason you say that deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribose nucleic acid. The basic difference between the deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribonucleic acid in the structure of the ribose, at the position number 2, carbon skeleton position number 2. If oxygen molecule is going to get lost, then it will be called as a deoxyribonucleic acid. Once again I will tell to you, nucleic acid एक अलग concept है जो उसका major difference, why it is called as a ribose sugar, RNA, why it is called as a deoxyribose, why it is the differences between that thing is the, if you are going to see the ribose structure at the position number 2, here the oxygen molecule will be there and the deoxy thing, the oxygen molecule will not going to get present. That's the reason it will be called as a ribose and deoxyribose. From there the term deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribonucleic has been all been got there. Okay. Now if you are going to see the functions of this DNA and the RNA, what is the major function of the DNA and the RNA? They will be acting as a reserve bank for the genetic information. Reserve bank of genetic information. Any kind of genetic information. With the help of the one DNA, you can find out all the genetic information, what type of species it is, what type of materials are present in them, and whether it is a male or it is a female. All the things, your engineering of your body is totally depending on the DNA and the RNA sequence. The first thing is that it will be acting as the thing. Second thing, it is responsible for maintaining the identity of the different species. Responsible for maintaining the identity of different species. What do you mean by the different species? इंसान एक स्पीशीज है, जानवर एक स्पीशीज है, प्लांट एक ऐसे टाइप की स्पीशीज है, ठीक है. So it is also responsible for maintaining the specificity of the particular species. That means that with that DNA, the human should only going to get formed, not the other things, until unless you are not going on extreme parameters. Okay. So it is responsible for maintaining your genetic information, as well as it is responsible for maintaining your genetic species specificity. We can say that it is specificity. Third thing, control every aspect of the cellular function. Control every aspect of your cellular functions. Every aspect of the cellular function. In every cell there will be the nucleus. In every nucleus there will be the content of the DNA and RNA materials inside them, and they are only responsible for your cellular metabolism. Whatever the things is going to get happen, nucleus can be as a head office of your cell for controlling all the metabolic activity inside the cell. The nucleus will going to monitor those kind of activity. Now the nucleus is very going to rich in the DNA and the RNA, that is your nucleic acids. So indirectly the nucleic acid, DNA and RNA, it is responsible for controlling your cellular function inside your body. Okay? Now it is also responsible for genes is to control protein synthesis by the mediating. Now DNA, it is responsible for the protein synthesis inside your body. Protein synthesis inside your body by mediating the DNA, RNA. By mediating the RNA. By mediating the RNA. It is responsible for monitoring the protein synthesis. All the protein synthesis, whatever happening inside your body, it is responsible to monitor and synthesis of the protein inside your body. Synthesis of the protein, formation of the new type of protein inside your body. It is responsible for monitoring that thing. So we can say that in the functions of the nucleic acid, it will be not only acting as a genetic information, it is also responsible for maintaining your genetic specificity. Okay, in short, and controlling every aspect of your cellular function. Whatever the cellular metabolic activities and other things are happening inside your body, that is going to get controlled with the help of DNA and the RNA. They are responsible for controlling that thing. Not only that, it is also responsible for your protein synthesis inside your body by mediating the RNA. Okay? Now, like in the previous class, we have been learned that amino acids are the building block of the proteins, isn't it? There are a lot of amino acids responsible for making the protein. In the same way, nucleic acids are the polymers of the nucleotides. Nucleic acids are the polymers of the nucleotides. Okay? Now we will directly jump into the concept of the nucleotide. What do you mean by the nucleotide from which the nucleic acids and other things are getting formed? Are you with me? It was very easy. बहुत easy है, कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है. Science जो अपन समझना है. The concept of the
फिर टफ क्या है?
We will see about the nucleotides. What do you mean by the nucleotides? Nucleotides
Polymers of
and the nucleoside. There are two terms are there, nucleotide and the nucleoside. These nucleotides are the two terms, that is a nucleoside and the nucleotide. Nucleotide and nucleoside. Okay. Now, if the nitrogenous bases are there, if to that nitrogenous base, if the sugar molecule, that is ribose type of sugar has been came and joined, ribose type of sugar along with the nitrogenous base. You just keep the concept of the nitrogenous base. I'll let you know when the lecture is going to continue what are those nitrogenous bases are there. If nitrogenous base is there, along with that, this nitrogenous base, it has been attached to the sugar molecule, that is ribose type of sugar. अब यहाँ पे सिर्फ ribose के बारे में पढ़ेंगे अपन. एक बोलते अपन nucleic acids के in detail में जा रहे. So I have already said to you that nucleic acids are very rich in the deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribonucleic acid. That means whatever the, if I am talking about the sugar in the lecture, then I must be talking about the ribose type of sugar in the lecture. Okay? Now, if the XYZ, any nitrogenous base, if has been attached to the sugar molecule, nitrogenous base plus sugar molecule. Now these sort of structure will be called as a nucleoside. Nucleoside. If the sugar molecule is there, ribose type of sugar molecule is there, to that if the nitrogenous base has been come and joined, then those sort of things will be called as a nucleoside. Now another thing is the, what do you mean by the nucleotide then? If nitrogenous base is there, to that if the sugar molecule will came and join, if to that sugar molecule one more additional group that is phosphate come and join, then these combination of these structure will be called as a nucleotide. Okay, if the nitrogenous bases are there, to that only the sugar molecule has been came, no phosphate has been came and joined, then those of structure will be called as a nucleoside. आगे टर्म्स यूज होने वाले सीधे आपको यहाँ पे अवेयर किया जा रहा है, दैट इज मेकिंग यू टू अवेयर अबाउट दिस. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द न्यूक्लियोसाइड? ना nitrogenous bases are there, to that nitrogenous base is the sugar molecule, ribose type of sugar molecules has been came and joined, then that type of structure will be called as a nucleoside. To that nucleoside, simple, to that nucleoside if the additional group of the phosphate came and joined, then it will be called as a nucleotide. Okay, now these nitrogenous bases, the nitrogenous bases can be divided into two. The nitrogenous bases which need to come and attach to the ribose molecule can be divided into two, that is purine and the pyrimidine. Purine, pyrimidine. Purine and pyrimidine, the nitrogenous bases. Now there is a long history of the synthesis of the nitrogenous bases, but in short I will tell you, your body is having so much of capacity that from the amino acids, from different type of amino acids, they can take the nitrogenous bases in order to make the purine and the pyrimidine. In short, there will be the abundantly amino acids contained through your dietary sources, through your mechanism which is happening due to the degradation of the amino acid and I think there will be always supply of the nitrogenous bases inside your body. Those nitrogenous bases can be turned up into the molecule of purine and the pyrimidines. ठीक है? Now these purine and the pyrimidines will be considering as a nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases. Now in the purine there are two type of purines are there, that is adenine, guanine. Adenine and the
guanine.
Adenine and the guanine. Now the pyrimidine are of three type of pyrimidines are there, that is
Thymine, cytosine, uracil.
cytosine
Uracil.
and uracil. Thiamine, cytosine and the uracil. There are three types of things are there. Okay, the purine structures and the pyrimidine structures. In the purine there are two type of purine. Now purine and pyrimidines are the nitrogenous bases. Okay, now this can be divided into two, that is adenine, depending on type of structure, what type of structure they are going to have. Adenine, guanine. Pyrimidines are the, now what do you mean the pyrimidines are three, that is now we will see. Example, we'll see. If adenine structure is there, if it's go and bind to the sugar molecule, adenine nitrogenous base is there, if it's go and bind to the sugar molecule, what it should be called as? Nucleotide or nucleoside? Yes. If adenine, what I am trying to say is that there are nitrogenous bases are there, bhai. The nitrogenous bases continuously your body will going to make due to the protein synthesis and other mechanism which is happening over there. The nitrogenous bases are of two types, that is purine and the pyrimidine. Purines are again of two types, that is adenine and guanine. Pyrimidines are of three types, thiamine, cytosine, uracil. Three types of things. What I am saying to you, nitrogenous base. In spite of writing the nitrogenous base, I am writing the adenine. If that adenine structure is attaching to the sugar molecule, that is ribose type of sugar. Now this structure, what it should be called as nucleoside. It should not called as a nucleotide. Now to this structure, if phosphate has come and joined, one phosphate. So what you should be calling as a nucleotide. Otherwise, you can also show that adenine monophosphate. One phosphate is coming and joining over there. Have you understood the concept? What a beautiful mechanism is happening over there. You can say that thing as a nucleotide, as well as you can say that structure as a adenine monophosphate. ठीक है? नेहा बोल. Adenine nucleotide. ठीक है? The major differences between the बहुत easy है. If phosphate is present, then it will be called as a nucleotide. If phosphate is absent, then it will be called as a nucleoside. ठीक है? Here we have taken the adenine. That's the reason we are calling as a adenine monophosphate. One phosphate is there. That's the reason you are calling as adenine monophosphate. In the same way, GMP can also be formed. Guanine monophosphate, thiamine monophosphate. Yes, it can be happen. हो सकता है ऐसा एक नाइट्रोजनस बेस आके किसी शुगर मॉलिक्यूल जॉइन हुआ, it can be formed. Cytosine monophosphate, uracil monophosphate, yes, it can be formed, but abundantly in the molecule which is present is the adenine monophosphate. Okay, to this structure one more phosphate has been came and joined. What you should be solving that thing as a
Adenine diphosphate.
One more molecule,
Adenine triphosphate.
ATPs. That is the structure of the ATP. How it is going to get formed inside that body. ठीक है? Structure of the ATPs has been continuously asked the 3 marks there. Structure of ATP. पूछा हमने 3 marks से आपके एग्जाम में. So it was very easy. You are taking the nitrogenous base, attaching to the sugar. The phosphate groups are coming and attaching to that thing. That will be called as a adenine triphosphate. ठीक है? Now this adenine or adenosine will be acting as a nitrogenous base. Okay, to that the sugar molecules are coming and attaching to that thing. Now we will see about the what is the major difference between the purine and the pyrimidine. Purine and the pyrimidines. Now the major differences between the purine and the pyrimidines are purines are the 9 membrane rings, whereas the pyrimidines are 6 membrane rings. If you are going to see the first structure, I have already drawn the numbers over there. So if you are going to see the structure, there are numbers has been written from 1 to 9. It is a 9 membrane ring, whereas the pyrimidines is the 6 membrane ring. Only the 6 membrane ring. ठीक है? This is the basic thing you should be understand. Point 2 is the numbers which has been written in the purines in the anti-clockwise, whereas the pyrimidine it has been written in the clockwise direction. ये जनरल कॉन्सेप्ट है. ठीक है? The numbers which has been written in the purine is in the anti-clockwise direction, and the pyrimidines are the clockwise direction. And it has been internationally accepted concept. Why it has been written like that, I'll tell you. Why it is necessary to understand the concept. 1, 2, 3, 4 कहीं भी डालो भाई, तुम्हारा क्या करना है उसे? नहीं, उसे reason है. There is a reason. Now, if you are going to see the structure very keenly, at the position number 1, 3, 7, and 9, there are nitrogenous bases are there. Nitrogens are present over there. That's the reason the numbers are important. समझ में आई बात आपको? It has been an international concept. If you are going to see the one number, the nitrogen is there. Third number, the nitrogen is there. Ninth number, nitrogen is there. Seventh, nitrogen is there. There are 4 N's are present inside them. That means that whenever you are calling the structure as a purine, then these rules should be got followed. At the position number 1, 3, 7, 9, the nitrogen should be present.
Okay.
Okay. Have you understood why the numbers are there and what is the importance of the numbers? 1, 3, 7, 9. If you are making any kind of purine structure, that is adenine or it can be a guanine. But thing is that the basic rule is that 1, 3, 7, 9 should be having the nitrogen in them. While comparing to this pyrimidine structure, the 1 and 3 will going to having the nitrogen in them. That means that whenever you are drawing a pyrimidine structure, you should be following that order. That it should be having the 1 and 3 should be having the nitrogen in them. Okay? So what is the difference between the major differences between the purine and the pyrimidine? Purine is the 9-membrane ring, whereas the pyrimidine is the 6-membrane ring. Purine is a 9-membrane ring, whereas the pyrimidine is the 6-membrane ring. Point 1. Point 2. It is present in the anti-clockwise direction. The numbers, it is in the clockwise direction. Point 3. At the position number 1, 3, 7, 9, the nitrogen should be present in cases of the purine. Whereas in the case of the pyrimidine, the number 1 and 3, the nitrogen should be present. That means that if I am talking about the adenine, guanine, that these parameters should be followed. Now if you are going to see the adenine structure, all the structure, you see adenine and guanine, same similar structure, but there is little bit differentiation between them. Your eyes might be on the board. Adenine will also called as a 6-amino purine. Adenine is also called as adenine. It is an purine. Now if you are going to see the adenine structure, at the 6th position of this adenine structure, one more additional group, that is amino group, is coming and attached to that, and that structure will be called as a adenine thing. Adenine also called as 6-amino purine. Why it is called as 6-amino purine? Because to the purine structure, at the 6th position, the nitrogen amino groups are coming and attaching to that. You can, if you know the structure, you can make with your own. No need to buy hard, no need to rectify those things. सिर्फ अपने दिमाग से डाल सकते हैं आप structure. Now if you are going to see the guanine structure, guanine also known as a 2-amino 6-oxypurine. That means at the position number 2, aminos are coming, and the position number 6, oxygen are coming and attaching. That's it.
कीटो नहीं बोल सकते
जी
कीटोन नहीं बोल सकते कीटो ग्रुप
कीटो ग्रुप
C double bond O 6th number
मैं बोलता हूँ इसका आंसर आई लेट यू नो ठीक है करेक्ट है ना ठीक है कि वेट इज सेकंड Now if you are going to see the guanine, it is also a purine. At the position number 2 and the 6, 2 is will be having the amino group and the 6 is also. Okay, the two purines we have been discussed, that is adenine and the guanine. Okay, now why it is called as adenine? Because position number 6 it is going to having the amino group, and why it is called as a guanine? Because at the position number 2 it is having the amino group, and the position number 6 it is also having the oxy group. Take care, oxygen molecule is present. Now 3 pyrimidines we have been discussed, that is cytosine, thiamine, uracil. Now it is a 6-membrane ring. 6-membrane ring. It is a 6-membrane ring. As well as it will going to be present in the numbers will be in the clockwise direction. The numbers which also going to present in the clockwise direction. Now thiamine is also called as a 2,4-dihydroxy 5 methylpurine. That means at the position number 2 and the 4, the oxygen molecule is present, and position number 5, the methyl group is going to get present. CH3 will be 30 and later. कल भी हम बताया आपको when the formation of the creatinine, CH3 is coming and attaching. There is a methionine group. From the methyl, that thing is coming and attaching to that.
Ethane, methane.
So methyl group is coming and attaching to the thing, to the 6 membrane ring. ठीक है? Thiamine. In the cytosine, it is a 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. That means at the position number 2, the oxygen is there. At the position number 4, the amino is there. All the structure is same. Now, third structure is the uracil. Uracil. Now, the uracil will be going to have 2,4-dihydroxypyrimidine. Now, if you are going to see, now your eyes must be on the board. Must be on the board. If you are going to compare the thiamine and the uracil, all the structure is same. Only the thiamine is having the additionally methyl group, whereas the uracil is not having the methyl group. If you are going to see the closed structure, closely if you are going to see the structure, closely the structure, all the structure is same. All the structure is same. But only the differentiation between the
Methyl group.
thiamine and the uracil is the methyl group is going to get absent. Simple. ठीक है? आप कहीं लिख लो Point 1. Why I am so much concerned about the thiamine and the uracil is because all these purine pyrimidines, you should be listening to this. There are differentiation between DNA and RNA. हमें 12th नहीं पढ़ा सब तुम फिर. So I'll give you the quick glimpse. ठीक है? Now the differentiation between the DNA, all the purine and the pyrimidine structures. That is, if I am not, these purine pyrimidines are the nitrogenous bases. All these are nitrogenous bases. Now, all the purine structures and the pyrimidine structures will be going to get present in the DNA
and RNA.
as well as in the RNA. But the exception is that thiamine is going to only present in the DNA, whereas the uracil is going to present in the RNA. That means DNA it's not going to having the uracil enzyme, and RNA it's not going to having the thiamine. ठीक है? मैं दो स्ट्रक्चर्स को लेकर कहीं कंसर्न हूं बिकॉज़ ये that means adenine, guanine and cytosine, 3 structures will be abundantly present in the both. That is DNA and the RNA. But the major differentiation, the exceptional case in that thing is that thiamine will be going to present only in the DNA, whereas the uracil is going to present in the
RNA.
Only in the RNA. But इसमें एक exception case निकल गया.
DNA coding.
ठीक होगी बात? It was very easy. Now, if I want to make a structure of the guanine monophosphate, then I must be drawing the guanine group first, isn't it? Guanine group first. Then now, you should be seeing on the board. Now, guanine group हो गया, ठीक है? If you want to make a guanine monophosphate, to this structure you should be attaching the sugar ribose. To this sugar ribose you should be attaching to the phosphate. Now these complete structure will be called as a guanine monophosphate. ठीक है? These are the nitrogenous bases. Purines and pyrimidines, adenine, guanine, thiamine, cytosine and uracil are the nitrogenous bases which are abundantly present inside your body, and your body is capable to make continuously the nitrogenous bases in order to maintain your genetic material inside your body in form of the nucleic acids and the nucleotides. Continuously your body can be make the nucleic acid and nucleic acid DNA and RNAs. Okay, now those nucleic acids will be going to having the nitrogenous bases, sugars, phosphates. ठीक होगी बात? Have you understood what's the difference between purine and the pyrimidines?
Hmm.
Okay, are you with me? It was
Yes.
very easy concept to understand. Easy concept. ठीक है, मैं इधर करेक्ट करता हूँ. Now the ribose sugars are there. The ribose sugars are there, which is coming in the actioning as a hero for this thing. First, you need to understand the basic concept. I will give you. Now, if you are going to see the purine biosynthesis, that means formation of the purine from your own body. Purine biosynthesis. It has not asked in the examination, but in order to have the clear view, we will discuss it. Now, it should be the ribose 5-phosphate. Now, these ribose 5-phosphate, I have said you that for formation of thing, you should be having a nucleus. Sorry, you should be having the nitrogenous base along with the ribose 5-phosphate sugar. Ribose 5-phosphate sugar. That means at the fifth position of the ribose, the phosphate groups are coming in attached. I understood here. I am not going to tell that thing in detail. Ribose के fifth number पे आके phosphate group जुड़ गया, it will be called as the ribose phosphate, 5-phosphate. ठीक है? Now this ribose 5-phosphate will be going to derive it from the hexomonophosphate shunt, HMP shunt. I'll tell you the detailed cycle of the HMP shunt.
एग्जाम में आया था ये?
Hexose monophosphate shunt. एक छोड़ा मैं बोल देता हूँ. Monday paper discuss possible. Hexose monophosphate shunt. लाइक जैसा कि ग्लाइकोलाइसिस की साइकिल है, TCA की साइकिल है, ठीक है? वैसे इस तरीके से hexose monophosphate shunt एक साइकिल है, in which we are going to learn the different type of mechanisms of the glucose. So through the HMP phosphate, hexomonophosphate shunt, you are going to get the ribose 5-phosphate. Ribose 5-phosphate. Now the ribose 5-phosphates will go under the many multiple steps. That is nearly about the 11 steps. 11 steps to form the molecule which will be called as a inosine monophosphate. Inosine monophosphate. ये एक बात याद रखिए यार, एक बार तो फिर यूरिक एसिड के टाइम पे मेरे को समझाना पड़ता है. The formation of the purine inside your body, firstly from the hexomonophosphate shunt, it's going to get the ribose 5-phosphate, and there are 11 steps or linear sequence are happening over there. After following that 11 continuous steps, you are going to get the inosine monophosphate. Now these inosine monophosphate can be divided into two. That is adenine monophosphate, guanine monophosphate. Adenine monophosphate and the guanine monophosphate. Now it can be turned up into ADP and ATP. Here also it can be the GDP. ये GDP वो इंडिया की GDP नहीं है, ठीक है? It is guanine diphosphate. So why I am saying to you this thing, because that is purine metabolism. It's going to have in the connection for the formation of the uric acid inside your body. For understanding that thing, you should be having clear idea. So these inosine monophosphate can be considered as a parent nucleotide, isn't it?
Parent. बाप.
From which? Yes. बाप माँ बाप. I don't want to discuss the genetic variations in it. So inosine monophosphate will be acting as a parent nucleotide. Why it is called as a parent nucleotide? From where the two purines are taking place in them, that is adenosine monophosphate and the guanosine monophosphate or guanine monophosphate. If more phosphates are coming and attaching to that, they are changing the structure from the die to the trunk. Okay? You should be remember this cycle while we are dealing with the uric acid, because the reverse mechanism is going to get. I'll tell you what is happening. You should be having this. Okay. The biosynthesis of the purine. Purine biosynthesis from the hexamonophosphate shunt. The ribose 5-phosphate is going to get happen. Now to that ribophosphate there are 11 steps are there. You turn up into the ionosine monophosphate. Then it can be undergone in the two form, that is adenosine monophosphate or the guanine monophosphate, depending on the type of structure. जी बोलिए
फॉस्फेट वाले 3 अटैच होते हैं, इससे बढ़ के ना होते हैं,
नहीं होते जनरल
जनरली ना होते
नहीं होते क्या है बुक्स में नहीं है आपका क्वेश्चन वैलिड है लेकिन उसका सूटेबल आंसर नहीं है जनरली मैं कहीं नहीं पढ़ा उसकी कैपेसिटी उतनी चुंगी शायद कहीं छोड़ कर
फॉस्फेट का ओनली
आंसर करो स्पेसिफिक नहीं करना
उसका मेनली 3 और 5 हैंड्स होते हैं, इससे ज़्यादा रहते हैं। लाइक कार्बन का 4 हैंड्स है।
नो नो व्हाट इज सेइंग दैट अच्छा ठीक है वो से मैं हां ठीक है सो दिस इज ऑल द मैकेनिज्म फॉर द बायोसिंथेसिस गोइंग टू हैपन इसमें कोई बुक में नहीं पढ़ा इसके बारे में तो मैं बोलता हूं ओके उनका क्वेश्चन क्या है वो तो एटीपी की जगह पे और भी पढ़ सकते हैं ना फॉस्फेट ग्रुप्स को आप स्पेसिफाई आंसर में देखना ठीक है ना एटीपी तक हम मैकेनिज्म से पढ़े इसीलिए मैं शायद उतना और नहीं पढ़ा ओके सो द purine and pyrimidines will be going to having a long story. Now we will be seeing the double DNA double helical structures. आप इसके बारे में तो कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है ना फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर गेटिंग द adenine and guanine those are the purine and pyrimidine bases are there which is continuously your body going to make and there are certain rules are there while you are drawing the structure of the purine and the pyrimidines you should be sure that at the carbon number at the position number 1 3 7 9 the nitrogen should be present okay and the position number 1 and the 3 the nitrogen present it should be in the pyrimidine okay so if the sugars and the phosphate coming and joining that is sugar if I am talking about the sugar I must be talking about the ribose 5-phosphate sugars should be there then those sugars are coming and joining to that thing and making that thing. So what are the purines are there? How many types of purines you know? Adenine. What are the pyrimidines? And you should be remembering this thing. ये continuously ये पूछता differences between the DNA and the RNA. DNA the double helical structure, whereas the RNA the single chain. ये आपको मालूम है क्या है? ठीक है now we will be seeing the DNA structure we will be seeing the DNA structure DNA structure now this DNA structure has been proposed by the famous scientist that is James Watson and Francis Crick. James Bond James Watson and the Francis Crick. ठीक है now this has been regarded as a double helical structure or you can say also as a ladder if it is there how the ladder will be the ladder will be in this manner isn't it study ऐसे ही आपकी now to that ladder if you are going to twist it ladder it is there if you are going to twist that ladder the DNA structure will be similar to that so DNA double helical structure will also going to consider as a twisted ladder and there will be the 2 polydirybonucleic acid chain 2 poly the blue one and the black one two chains are there in the structure of the DNA दो चेन रहते इसके, डीएनए के दो चेन रहते, एक चेन है, ये एक चेन है. Now in that chain there will be the abundantly polynucleotides are going to get present. Polynucleotides. There are a lot of, that means adenine, guanine, cytosine and the thymine will be abundantly going to get present. Okay. Polynucleotides were the many type of nucleotide. Now you note the difference between nucleoside and the nucleotide. Nucleotides will be going to get abundantly more nucleotides is going to get present in them. Okay, more nucleotides are going to be present. Now, its same way, it will be the hydrophilic outside and hydrophobic inside. Hydrophilic outside and hydrophobic hydrophobic and
हाइड्रोफिलिक.
से प्रोटीन में भी ऐसे पढ़े थे हम, ठीक है. हाइड्रोफिलिक एंड point 1 there are hydrophilic, this is a twisted, it is considering as a twisted ladder. Okay, twisted ladder as well as each chain of the molecule. ये एक chain है, ये एक chain है, दोनों को twist करें तो बस भी है. Now each chain will going to contain the polynucleotides in them. Point 2. Point 3 is that it is a hydrophilic outside and hydrophobic inside. Hydrophobic, philic, hydrophobic. Okay. Point 4 is that the two nucleotides chain, that is this nucleotide and this nucleotide chain are not same, but complementary. What do you mean by that? For an example, your eyes must be on the board. What the author wants to say over here is that if it is adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, thymine, adenine, guanine. That means that they are not same in the arrangement of the nucleotides, but they are complementary. How the complementary it is there, I'll tell you. They are not same. The two chains which is present in the DNA strand are not same, but they are each complementary to each other. Okay, they are not same. They might be simplified chains are there. Adenine भी आ सकता, guanine ऐसा आ सकता. Understanding के लिए आपको बता रहा हूँ. For understanding purpose, I am saying to you that two structures will not go into two strands of the DNA are not same in the arrangement, but they are complementary. Now these two strands held on each other with the help of the hydrogen bonds. Whenever the bonding is going to get happen, the water molecule is going to get lost, you are going to see the hydrogen bonds. Okay. Now there is a rule that will be called as a Chargaff rules. Chargaff rules for understanding the concept of the DNA. Chargaff rules is there. Chargaff rules. Now what it is saying that in a DNA structure, adenine should be binding with the thymine, and the guanine should be binding with the cytosine. It is a rule. While the twisting of the DNA chain it is happening, two strands when it is going to get twisted, क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूँ? देखो दो अलग अलग चेन है, इन लोगों के अरेंजमेंट भी अलग हो सकते हैं. यहाँ पे एडेनाइन आया तो यहाँ थायमिन आया, साइटोसिन आया तो यहाँ ग्वानासिन आया, यहाँ पे ग्वानासिन आया तो थायमिन आ रहा, फिर जा रहा ग्वानिन साइटोसिन ऐसा आ सकता. ठीक है. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज ये है, two DNA strands are different from each other. Point 1, but they are complementary for each other. What they are saying, अगर ये चीज को अगर आप ट्विस्ट करें, if you are going to twist the two chains, then one from the adenine, the other from the thing that the adenine from one side should make the bond with the it can't make with the bond with the another. ये चार का rule है, इसका rule है कि when you're twisting that chain, the chain arrangement should be in a manner that side in the uracil तो रहता नहीं DNA. That's the reason we are not discussing the uracil over there. DNA में uracil रहता, thiamine रहता, जबकि RNA में uracil रहता. ठीक है, इसीलिए मैं 1 2 3 4 की बात कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. Adenine should be bind with the thiamine and guanine should be bind with the cytosine. Vice versa भी हो सकता. Thiamine should be bind with the adenine, cytosine should be bind with the guanine. Now, you might be noticing that while I am drawing the adenine and the thiamine, I am putting the double bond, whereas here triple bond. Why I am drawing like this? Because while they are making the bond between them, you will able to find the 2 hydrogen bond in them. If adenine is going to bind to the thiamine and the twisting ligand structure in this manner, so they will going to make the 2 bond in them. Integrated structure is there, that is a time consuming, I am avoiding that thing. 2 hydrogen bonds are formed. Whereas the guanine, when it is mating the cytosine, it is making the 3 bonds in them. 3 hydrogen bonds बन रहे हो. जो bond twist करने पे बन रहे, ठीक है? Adenine, if it is binding to the thiamine, then they are making the 2 bonds in them. That's the reason we have been drawn the 2 bonds over there. Guanine, when it is bonding with the cytosine, it will be having the 3 bonds. ठीक है? अगर आप स्ट्रक्चर को भी देखिए, 2 बॉन्ड 3 बॉन्ड, 2 बॉन्ड 3 बॉन्ड. ठीक है? हाँ. The basic phenomena for understanding that thing. Adenine will be binding with the thiamine and guanine will be binding with the cytosine. That means that adenine is the purine, thiamine is the pyrimidine. ठीक है. Now guanine is the purine. Cytosine is the pyrimidine. The bonding which is happening between them, it is not the bond which is happening in the purine and the purine. Purine and pyrimidine. ठीक है? Purine and the pyrimidine cross linking together and they are finding out their own base. ठीक है? Purine and the pyrimidine founding on each other for the base pair. Now the purines, adenine cannot make the bond with the guanine. Adenine cannot make the bond with the guanine. Why? Because while they are twisting that ladder, twisting the DNA strand, they have twisted in such a manner that the 2 pyrimidine will not going to face each other. 2 purines will not going to face each other. If they are not going to face each other, there will be no chance of forming the bond in them. Point 1. Point 2. Pyrimidines. Pyrimidines, while they are getting twisted, they will be very far to make a bond. So that's the reason purine and purine are not making the bond. Pyrimidine and pyrimidines are not making the bond. The bond should be happening between the purine and the pyrimidine. Purine and the pyrimidine. That's the reason adenine, it is binding to the thiamine and it is binding with the help of 2 hydrogen bonds. Guanine, it is bonding with the cytosine while it is making 3 bonds are getting formed. So the same thing I have tried to represent in this structure. Okay. So these will be called as a Chargaff rules for understanding the concept of DNA double helical structure. DNA double helical structure. 2 minutes. I'll let them to take their class. Chargaff rules are there which you need to understand for the concept of understanding the DNA structure. That is DNA double helical structure. And there are other things are there, minor grooves, major grooves. There are certain diameters and other things. The diameter should be there and other things, but we can avoid it. We are not very representative. only very basic concept है. ये बड़े ग्रुप्स को माइनर ग्रुप, मेजर ग्रुप्स बोलते हैं, माइनर ग्रुप्स बोलते हैं क्या ठीक है. We will be rushing to the thing and we will winding up. I'll tell you about the RNA. जी
RNA अलग से होगा.
Now we will be discussing about the RNA. RNA will be having the single strand. Means single strand. If the single strand is going to get present in the case of the RNA, only the single strand, basic linear strand, single strand. Single strand is going to get present in the RNA, single strand. Single strand. If the single strand of the RNA is going to get present over there, so there will be no chance of following any kind of Chargaff rules. Chargaff rules when it's going to come into action when there will be the double strand, and only the twisting can be happen at a proper level, and the adenosine can be tied with the thymine, guanosine can be tied with the cytosine, other things. So in this case, the Chargaff rules is not going to get implemented. But the RNA is also having a very importance in order to majorly for the protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. अच्छा डीएनए में एक ये भी पॉइंट है देखिए आप, कोई एक पीस भी मिल गया आपको डीएनए का पॉइंट, ये कोई एक भी पीस भी मिल गया आपको डीएनए का in the whole. Generally they used to deal with the forensic things. Forensic things, ठीक है. Now if you are going to find out only as a piece of a DNA that can be worked as a template for making the other type of same type of DNA. अगर कोई एक भी पीस आपको DNA का मिल जाए, so it can be worked as a template. What do you mean by the template? template बोलते हैं किसको?
पार्ट
जी
पार्ट
लेबल को बोल रहे हैं आप? लेबल टेम्पलेट जनरली साइंस की दुनिया में कोई भी एक ऐसा कुछ एक कड़ी मिल जाना आपको बस. If you are going to, for an example, if you are going to have this material, if I will be putting that thing in the Xerox machine, then how many type of Xerox? Multiple Xeroxes can be made. By taking this small portion also of the DNA, you can make the multiple copies of the DNA. Multiple copies of the DNA. By taking one simple strand of the DNA, you can have the same type of DNA आप बना सकते हैं, multiple वो भी, ठीक है? Those sort of reaction which is going to get happen. Why I have said to you this thing? Because there is a technique called PCR, polymerase chain reaction. इसमें होता ही चाहिए. It will going to detect the DNA and it will start having the copies of the DNA. It can make the copies of the DNA. PCR में होता ही चाहिए. ठीक है. ठीक है, वो एक अलग चैप्टर. So the RNAs are the single strand and it is responsible for the protein synthesis inside your body. Protein synthesis inside your body. Now the RNAs are the pentose sugar. The sugar pentose sugar will be the ribose in them. Ribose type of sugar is going to be present. I have said to you, what is the difference between the ribose and deoxyribose? And the carbon number 2 that is going to differ each other. ठीक है? Now, point 2 is the pyrimidine. Pyrimidine are the what the pyrimidine should be there inside.
थायमिन
In
साइटोसिन
spite of thiamine,
साइटोसिल एंड यूरासिल
uracil. Differences. Single strand तो पहले. Now depending on the type of thing, they have divided the types of RNA And types of the RNA, it is having a very vast classification. But in our syllabus, how much it has been given, I tried to cover here. There are many types of the RNAs are there, it is abundantly present inside the environment and are responsible for the major functioning, transferring the genetic information from here to there, as well as it is not only involving in that thing, also responsible for protein synthesis and another very option too. Genetic signaling is also going to get transferred with the help of the RNAs. Okay. Now, depending on the type of the RNAs, we have divided the RNA into mRNA, that is messenger RNA. That is second thing is the
MTR.
tRNA,
MTR.
transfer RNA, messenger RNA,
Messenger.
RNA, transfer RNA, and
M-
third thing they are divided into rRNA.
ये पूरे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया
RNA, tRNA. Now these messenger RNA can be said as a
माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल
no mitochondria, messenger RNA, mitochondrial can be said as a primary structure of the RNA. Primary structure of the RNA. Primary structure. And these mRNAs can be entered into the cytoplasm. mRNAs can enter into the cytoplasm. So I am talking about the mRNA, they should be present in the nucleic acid. Nucleus. From the nucleus, cell है, cell के अंदर nucleus है, इसमें mRNA, RNA सूचना भरेगा. Okay. Now these mRNA can jump into the cytoplasm and can be worked as a protein synthesis. Protein synthesis inside your body. Protein synthesis inside your body. Protein synthesis. Protein synthesis inside your body. Now, if you are going to see the structure, we are going to see the structure of the mRNA. The first end will be having the 5 prime, the another end will be having the 3 prime. First end will be having the 5 prime, the another thing will be having the 3 prime. Now the 5 prime and the 3 primes are the molecular thing. देखिए ये दो चीजें जो बनी हुई है जनरली शुगर प्रोडक्ट से बनी हुई रहती है. If one molecule, if it is attached to the another molecule, there will be the formation of the bonds. So if continuously the molecules are getting attached, at certain stage, after a certain stage, the first end will be left empty
and
the last end can be left empty. So while they are making the bond between the sugar molecules, they make a diphosphoester bonds. Diphosphoester bonds. The molecule, देखिए हम previously पॉलीसैकेराइड्स में भी अब चीज बताया था मैं आपको कि अगर पॉलीसैकेराइड्स बन रहे at the one end second position can be empty, the another end fourth position can be get empty. ऐसा हो सकता है. एक पॉलीसैकेराइड है, कौन सा भी एक पॉलीसैकेराइड देखिए, अगर आप एक बाउंडिंग बना रहा हूँ, if it is making the bound, ठीक है, if it is making the bound, at last second position will going to get empty, fourth position हो सकता है ना भाई ऐसा. कंटिन्यूअसली आप नहीं समझ रहे क्या क्या तुम्हारे दिमाग में डालना चाह रहा हूँ. What I am trying to say is that while we are discussing about the polysaccharide, the polysaccharide will make a bound ये सेकंड वाला पोजीशन है इसका, ये फोर्थ वाला पोजीशन है, तो दे विल मेक अ बाउंड बिटवीन देम. ठीक है, दैट मींस इसका फोर्थ वाला पोजीशन, इसका सेकंड वाला पोजीशन एम्प्टी है. In the same way, the molecule which is involving here, the ribose sugar products molecules, they are involving in the here. At the end, the fifth position will be empty and the third position will be empty. Have you understood the general concept? Very general, basic thing. Now, at the fifth position, the terminal end will going to have a cap-like structure. When you are going to get the cap? कैप कब पहनते हैं आप? Now the fifth position of this first, that is the 5 prime thing, they are going to having the methyl guanosine cap. Now this methyl guanosine cap will going to help them to prevent the hydrolysis of nucleotidase enzyme. Nucleotidase enzyme. There is an enzyme which is present inside your body that is called as a nucleotidase. That means they are going to work on the nucleic acids, nucleotides,
Break down.
nucleosides to break down. We don't want our NRS structure to go on that procedure. For that hydrolysis can be occur and they can be breaking down into so many type of things. So the first end they are going to cover with the methyl guanine cap. So that cap will be acting as a to prevent the hydrolysis. टुकड़े होने से बचा रहा cap. 5 end. Third prime may be there will be the special type of product is a polymers of adenylate acid. Polymers of adenylate acid is also a product. Now, two things are getting also getting protected so that the nucleotide molecule nucleotidase enzyme should not come and attack on any part of your RNA, any part of your RNA, messenger RNA. I'll tell you once again. The messenger RNA can be considered as the primary structure of the RNA. It is responsible to jump into the cytoplasm for the synthesis of the protein, and it is going to have the sugar bodies in them. Now the sugar body at the upper end will be having the 5 prime, that means 5th position will be engaged. Next down position, the 3rd prime, that means 3rd position will be engaged. At the upper end it will going to having the methyl guanine cap, and the lower end it will going to have polymer of adenylate residue. Now those two products will come and join to it so that the action of the nucleotides can be get neglected. It will be acting as a protective covering for the RNA so that the RNA should not go under the process of hydrolysis. ठीक है. Second thing is the second thing. I'll be winding up. Second type of RNA is the transfer RNA. Transfer. Now these transfer RNA, it is the twisted thing. Twisting of the RNA molecule. First was the linear structure. Linear structure अपन बोलते हैं जो structure सीधा है.
Straight.
Linear sequence. Now these structure if it is getting twisted, मैं आपको लास्ट में बताया twisting अगर हुई तो थोड़े बहुत changes आते.
बॉन्ड भी
थोड़े बहुत changes आते, bonds भी. लेकिन यहाँ पे bonds नहीं बन रहे, सिर्फ changes आ रहे थोड़े बहुत. ठीक है, bonds नहीं बन रहे. Bonds बनने के लिए फिर आपको एडेनिन, गुआनिन, थाइमिन ऐसे चीजों को खरीद लाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Now, if you are going to see the structure of the tRNA will be looking like a clover leaves. एक अगर clover leaves नाम का एक पत्ता है जो ऐसे दिखता है. गंदा डायग्राम डाला. Now those structure is going to get twisted and there will be the certain changes is going to get happen that will be acting as a transfer RNA. The role of the transfer RNA is the transferring the genetic information. Transferring the genetic information with the help of these anticodon arm. With the help of the anticodon arm. Now, you should be looking on the board. There are portions are there for the twisting of that thing. First is the acceptor arm. Acceptor arm. Now that acceptor arm is going to have the acceptor arm. First arm is recording as a acceptor arm. That means it's going to accept the amino acid derivatives from there. ठीक है. Point 1. Point 2, it's going to also have a special type of coding, that is CCA. इसके बारे में बोलता हूँ मैं. It's also going to having a special type of coding over there, that is CCA. Second arm, it is the TSIC. That means thiamine,
साई
pseudouridine, cytosine.
त्रिशूल बना.
Thiamine, pseudouridine, next right as per type product, pseudouridine and the cytosine. Now, thiamine will not going to get generally present. अरे भाई सुनिए आप. Thiamine, pseudouridine and cytosine. Thiamine will not going to generally get present in the case of the RNA. But the exception here is that thiamine will going to present in the form of this thiamine pseudouridine cytosine. Thiamine pseudouridine cytosine. Now the arm which is going to be present in that form, the thiamine which is going to be present over there, the nitrogenous bases will going to get absent. If nitrogenous basis of the thiamine is going to get loose from the structure, that means it is not true structure of the thiamine.
थायमिन खुद ही नाइट्रोजन बेस है ना फिर.
ये नाइट्रोजन बेस.
अच्छा वो छोड़.
वो बेसिस जो वो नहीं रहता.
ओके.
ठीक है. Otherwise the structure will be similar to the thiamine. So here if you are talking about the thiamine pseudouridine cytosine arm, that means we are talking that thing about the thiamine without the nitrogenous base. Or that thiamine was also called as a ribose thiamine. That means the thiamine which is not going to having the nitrogenous base in that. Thiamine will be not having the nitrogenous base in that. Okay. Now the second, that another arm is the variable arm. The word itself representing that variable arm. That means that it is going to vary from one tRNA to the another tRNA. To make it a differences between the two types of tRNA, the variable arm will be acting as a key point. It will going to vary. One tRNA, another tRNA. It is not going to have the same. For example, your arm, variable arm, my variable arm will be going to get different. Okay, because they are genetically not same. Point 3. Point 4, the another arm is a D arm. The D arm, every arm it is having their own specific function, but it is not detailedly described in our book. Okay. Now the D arm, the book, the D arm, the name for that it has been given due to the dihydroxyuridine. Dihydroxyuridine it's present over there. Dihydroxyuridine is going to present over there. Now the special arm, इसके लिए मैं पूरी चीज बोला, that is an anticodon arm. Anticodon arm. There are always be three types of codes will be going to present in the transfer RNA. So whenever this transfer RNA will going to find the, it is like a lock and key. We are going to find the suitable substrate. So it will going to passes the genetic information from here to there. That's the reason the transfer RNA is going to get passed. What I am trying to say. If I want to pass the information, I can pass through the language. In the same way, if the tRNA want to pass the information, it will pass in the form of the codons. That codons can be anything. It can be adenosine monophosphate, diadenosine monophosphate, diadenosine. It depends on things what is going to get happen. So that particular thing will be called as a codon. So that codons which is there in the substrate, now it need to transfer the information from the transfer RNA to the another substrate. So this will be acting as a codon, and this arm will be acting as an anticodon. Then only the reaction is going to get happen. Codon हम मिल गया तो genetic information कैसा pass करेगा? Codon if it is meeting, the genetic information cannot pass. So for the codon to receive the genetic information, the anticodon should be there. The anticodon will go and attached to it, whatever the genetic information is there, it's going to get passed. That is the role of the transfer RNA. The last RNA is the rRNA, that is a ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA. And once this RNA, mRNA will start making the protein synthesis, this rRNA will be acting as a factories for protein synthesis. It will more speed up the formation of the protein synthesis, whereas mRNA will be acting as a initial process for the protein synthesis, whereas the rRNA will be acting as a factories for making the more type of protein synthesis. We'll give you the quick glimpse. We're going to divide the we're going to scatter the class. In this class today we have been learned the nucleic acids and the nucleotides. The nucleic acids are of two types, that is deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribose nucleic acid. Now, the concept for understanding that thing, first we need to understand the concept of nucleic acids. The nucleic acids, for understanding that thing, we need to understand the concept of nucleotides. We have said that nitrogenous bases, which is abundantly present inside your body, if it is attaching to the ribose sugar, then that will be called as a nucleoside. Now, to that thing, if the phosphates are coming and attaching to that, it will be called as a nucleotide. Okay. Now, the nitrogenous base can be divided into two: purine and pyrimidine. Purine can be divided into two, that is adenine, guanine. Pyrimidine can be divided into three.
Thymine, cytosine, uracil.
Yes, you're following. Okay. Now, if I want to make a molecule of AMP, I must be having the adenine as a base, nitrogenous base, sugar as a mediator, phosphate group. Then only it will be called as adenine monophosphate. ठीक है? The major difference between the RNA and the DNA is the RNA is the deoxyribonuclease, the DNA is the deoxyribonuclease. Why we are calling the thing as a deoxyribonuclease? Because position number 2, the oxygen molecule will not going to get present. ठीक है? That's the reason it will be called as a deoxyribonuclease. ठीक है? DNA is also a double strand, as well as thymine will going to present in the DNA and the uracil is not going to get present in them. Okay, now we have also seen the DNA double helical structures with the help of the Chargaff rules. The Chargaff rules is saying that adenine should be bind with the thymine with the help of 2 hydrogen bonds, whereas the guanine should be bound with the cytosine with the help of 3 hydrogen bonds. And there is no chance of bonding between the purine and the pyrimidine and the purine. The bond should be formed in the purine and the pyrimidine. ठीक है? Now, the fourth thing we have been learned about today is the most important is the RNAs. RNAs will going to have the ribose sugar in them. Point 1. Point 2, it is going to have the uracil, not the thymine in them. Third thing is that it is a single strand, not the double strand. If the double strands are not there, there will be no chance of implementing the Chargaff rules over there. Even though they are a single strand that are responsible for the protein synthesis inside your body. Now, depending on the type of nature, they have divided the RNAs into 3 major categories. Yes, I agree, there are a lot of classification is there, but 3 major categories. That is transfer RNA, mRNA, rRNA, ribosomal RNA. RNA can be considered as a ribosomal RNA. Now, these mRNA can be called it as a messenger RNA as well as the primary structure of the RNA, where you are able to find the diphosphoester bonds are getting form of the sugars, and they are going to having a 2 ends, that is 5' and 3'. And those 2 ends are going to protected with the 2 type of substances, that is methyl guanine cap, then adenosine residues cap. Now, do things, they are neglecting the action of nucleotidase. If the 2 things is not going to present over there, the nucleotidase will come into the action and it can break and hydrolyze those kinds of substances. Second thing we have learned about the transfer RNA. The transfer RNA is the twisting form of the mRNA. If you are going to twist it, they are going to have certain changes. The first thing we have been said that thing is the acceptor arm. Second thing we have been learn about the T pseudo-uridine C arm. Third thing we have been learn about the variable arm. Fourth most important thing that is the anticodon arm. Variable arm and the anticodon arm. Fifth thing we have been learn about the D arm. ठीक है. Last one we have been discussed that thing is the ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA is it is considering as a matrix for the protein synthesis. Okay. Now you can pack your bags. You can go your home.